I'm Eddie McGuire from Triple M in Melbourne, Australia. Interview with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and away we go. Joseph, welcome to Australia, first of all. But
Thank you.
Congratulations on this movie. It's quite amazing that this is a movie that was manifest, 2.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out on Netflix at a time when we can't get into theatres, and it touches on themes like government, big business surveillance, Black Lives Matters, drugs, economic entrapment, and it's an action movie all rolled into one. I mean, there's so many themes to talk about. I haven't got time to do it, so over to you.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, and you're right. I think this movie is one of those that you can enjoy it on one level just as a thrill ride, and it really delivers. But underneath that, it does ask some really important questions about, what is power and who has the power in this world and who doesn't and why, and is that fair? And I like those movies that can kind of offer both sides. You can kick back and enjoy, or if you want to look any deeper, you can spark some really interesting conversations.
Very much. I was just interviewing Jamie Foxx, and he was making the point that Black Lives Matter, particularly for the co-star Dominic Fishback, is that people are able to get through now because the internet and social media are giving people a voice. Now, you're all over this with your social media organisation, Hit Record, of which you won a Primetime Emmy. Tell me, I mean, the good and the bad. We always hear about the bad in connection to movies and to life in general of social media. Where do you see this being a promulgator of good?
I mean, look, I think any powerful technology can be helpful or it can be harmful. And it's really up to the humans to figure out how to use it. And the truth is, the internet is so new. And I do think that there are some real downsides and there are some real harms being done. But I think that's the charge of our generation is to figure out how we can leverage this incredible, powerful technology to the benefit of humanity. And there already is so much beneficial stuff going on. I mean, there like the example you just gave, there's open communication, there's explosion of art and creativity. There are also downsides. I think the way that it's architected right now does lead to sensationalism and extremism and tribalism and, frankly, authoritarianism. And I think that's a problem. It's something we have to do. We have to change. But I don't think the problem is in the technology itself. I think right now the problem is how people make money from that technology and how some of the biggest companies, I should say, make that money.
So, Joseph, let's go back to the movie. Congratulations. It's a great movie. It's great fun, as you said. There's you can take it on any level you like, which I think is fantastic for a broad range. Coming out on Netflix, as I said, Project Power. What did you take from the movie? When it's wrapped up and you've looked at the rushes, you've seen it now, ready to go on August 14. What do you take from this movie as an actor?
Look, the truth is for me, this movie is mostly fun. Is really, really fun. I actually took a couple of years off of acting because I'm a dad now, and I had the opportunity to just spend some time with my babies. But when I got back into it, my first job back, I was looking for a challenge, and I did this very challenging, intense drama called 7500, which actually also just came out. But after doing something so heavy, I wanted to do something fun. And when I read the script for Project Power, and I heard, it's going to be this, and it's Jamie Foxx, and we're going to go to New Orleans, I was like, yes, sign me up. This is exactly what I want. This is going to be fun. And it was.
Joseph, you mentioned New Orleans there, and it plays it's almost a character, and your character itself keeps wearing a New Orleans Saints football jumper on there all through. Tell me about it's such a great sporting city, New Orleans, and your connection through the movie with it.
If there's one thing about the people of New Orleans, they love the Saints. That's their football team, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And there's a love in New Orleans for local culture that's different than most cities. So much of our culture now has become kind of global. But New Orleans, there's a real passion for the local. And the Saints are a symbol of that. And I'm wearing the jersey of a player named Steve Gleason. And he's this hero in New Orleans because he was a great player on the Saints, but then he suffered this tragic injury and he's paralyzed. But he's managed to rise above his really challenging circumstances and continue to do incredible work. He's touched so many people's lives. And I got to meet him, actually. He came to our set one time.
Gee.
And he can't talk like you and I do, but he has this machine where he can move his eyes and communicate that way. It recognizes the motion. He can pick words and things. And he was such a positive human being. I really enjoyed meeting him, and I'm honored to bear his jersey throughout this movie.
Well, Joseph, congratulations. A fantastic movie. Great fun, as you said. Welcome back to acting again. Congratulations on all the successes you've had along the way in other pursuits. It's great to have you back, and I hope you have great success. And one day we hope to see you down in Australia.
I would love to come down to Australia. Thanks so much. Great talking to you.
Good night. Thanks, Joseph.